Part 15, Chapter 17, The Journey by Night. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Glory be to him who made his servant journey by night from the Masjid al-Haram to the Masjid al-Aqsa, around which we have blessed, so that we cause him to see our signs. Truly he is the hearing, the seeing. And we gave Moses the book, and made it a guidance for the children of Israel. Take not to yourselves a trustee other than me. O offspring of those whom we carried with Noah, truly he had been a grateful servant. And we decreed for the children of Israel in the book, certainly you will make corruption in and on the earth twice, and certainly you will exalt yourselves in a great self-exaltation. So when the promise drew near for the first of the two, we raised up against you servants of ours, imbued with severe might. They ransacked in the midst of your abodes, and the promise had been one that was accomplished. After that, we returned you to a turn of luck over them, and we furnished you relief with children and wealth, and made you more in soldiery. If you did good, you would be doing good for yourselves, and if you did evil, then it is against yourselves. Then, when the second promise drew near, we sent your enemies. They raised anger on your faces, and they entered the place of prostration just as they had entered it the first time, to shatter all that they had ascended to with a shattering. Perhaps your Lord may have mercy on you, but if you reverted, we will revert, and we made hell a jail for the ones who are ungrateful. Truly this, the Quran, guides to what is upright and gives good tidings to the ones who believe, ones who have acted in accord with morality, that they will have a great compensation. And as for those who believe not in the world to come, we have made ready for them a painful punishment. And the human being calls to worse as much as he supplicates for good, and the human being has been hasty. We have made the nighttime and the daytime as two signs. Then we blotted out the sign of nighttime, and we made the sign of daytime for one who perceives, that you may look for grace from your Lord, and that you may know the number of years and the reckoning. And we have explained everything distinctly, with a decisive explanation. For every human being we have fastened his omen to his neck, and we will bring out for him on the day of resurrection a book in which he will meet that which had unfolded. Recite thy book. This day thy soul has sufficed against thee as thy reckoner. Whoever was truly guided is guided only for his own soul, and whoever went astray then only goes astray against it. And no burdened soul bears the heavy load of another, nor would we be ones who punish until we have raised up a messenger. And when we wanted to cause a town to perish, then we commanded ones who were given ease, but they disobeyed in it. So the saying was realized against it. Then we destroyed it with utter destruction. How many generations have we caused to perish after Noah, and thy Lord has sufficed as aware, seeing the impieties of his servants. Whoever has been wanting that which hastens away, we quicken it for him, whatever we will to whomever we want. After that, we assign hell for him. He will roast in it, one who is condemned, one who is rejected. And whoever has wanted the world to come and endeavored for it, endeavoring while he is one who believes, then those, their endeavoring has been appreciated. To each we furnish relief, these and these, with the gift of thy Lord. And this gift of thy Lord has not been one that was confined. Look thou on how we gave advantage to some of them over some others, and certainly the world to come will be greater in degrees and greater in excellence. Assign not another God with God, for then you will be put as one who is condemned, one who is damned. And thy Lord has decreed that you worship none but him. And kindness to the ones who are one's parents. If with thee they reach old age, one of them or both of them, then thou shalt not say to them a word of disrespect, nor scold them, but say a generous saying to them, and make thyself low to them, the wing of the sense of humility through mercy, and say, O my Lord, have mercy on them even as they reared me when I was small. Your Lord is greater in knowledge of what is within yourselves. If you be ones who are in accord with morality, truly he is forgiving to those who have been penitent. And give to the possessor of kinship his right, and to the needy, and to the traveler of the way, and spend not extravagantly and extravagant spending. Truly, the ones who spent extravagantly have been brothers of the Satans, and Satan was ungrateful to his Lord. And if thou turnest aside from them, looking for mercy from thy Lord, for which thou hast hopest, then say to them a saying softly. And make not thy hand be one that was restricted to thy neck as a miser, nor extend it to its utmost expansion as a prodigal, so that thou sit as one who is blameworthy, one who is denuded. Truly, thy Lord extends the provision for whom he wills, and he tightens for whom he wills. Truly he has been aware, seeing of his servants. And kill not your children in dread of want. We will provide for them and for you. Truly, the killing of them has been a grave inequity. And come not near committing adultery. Truly, it has been a great indecency. How evil a way! And kill not a soul which God has forbidden, except rightfully. And whoever is slain as one who is treated unjustly, surely we have assigned for his protector authority, but he should not exceed all bounds in killing. Truly, he would be one who is helped by the law. And come not near the property of the orphan, but with what is fair, until he reaches the coming of age, and live up to the compact. Truly, the compact is that which will be asked about. And live up to the full measure when you want to measure, and weigh with a straight scale. That is best and more fair in interpretation. And follow up not of what there is not for thee knowledge of it. Truly, having the ability to hear and sight and mind, each of those is that which is to be asked. And walk not on the earth exultantly. Truly, thou shalt never make a hole in the earth, and shalt never reach the mountains in height. All of that has been bad deeds disliked with thy Lord. That is of what thy Lord revealed to thee of wisdom. So make not with God another God, that thou shouldst be cast down into hell as one who is blameworthy, as one who is rejected. Has your Lord selected for you sons, and taken for himself females from among the angels? Truly you say a serious saying. And certainly we have diversified in this the Quran, that they may recollect, and it increases them only in aversion. Say, if there had been gods along with him, as they say, then they would have certainly been looking for a way to the possessor of the throne. Glory be to him, and exalted is he above what they say, greatly exalted. The seven heavens glorify him, and the earth, and whatever is in and on them. There is not a thing but it glorifies his praise, but you understand not their glorification. Truly, he has been forbearing, forgiving. And when thou recitest the Quran, we made between thee and between those who believe not in the world to come a partition, obstructing their vision, and we have laid sheaths over their hearts, so that they should not understand it, and heaviness in their ears. And when thou hast remembered thy Lord in the Quran that he is one, they turn their backs in aversion. We are greater in knowledge of what they listen for when they listen to thee. And when they conspire secretly, when the ones who are unjust say, You follow but a bewitched man. Look on how they have propounded parables for thee. So they have gone astray, and they are not able to be on a way. And they say, Is it when we are bones and broken bits that we will be ones who are raised up in a new creation? Say, should you be rocks or iron or any creation that is more troublesome in your breasts to raise up? Then they will say, Who will cause us to return? Say, He who originated you the first time. Then they will nod their heads at you and say, When will it be? Say, Perhaps it is near. On a day when he will call to you and you will respond to him with his praise, you will think that you lingered in expectation but a little. And say to my servants that they should say what is fair. Truly, Satan sows enmity among them. Truly, Satan has been to the human being a clear enemy. Your Lord is greater in knowledge of you. If he wills, he will have mercy on you, and if he wills, he will punish you. And we have not sent you as a trustee over them. And thy Lord is greater in knowledge of those who are in the heavens and in and on the earth. And certainly we have given advantage to some of the prophets over some others, and to David we gave psalms. Say, Call to those whom you claimed other than him. Then they are neither in control to remove harm from you nor revise it. Those to whom they call to, they are looking for an approach to their Lord, whoever is nearer, and they hope for his mercy, and they fear his punishment. Truly, the punishment of thy Lord has been something to beware. And there is not a town but we will be ones who cause it to perish before the day of resurrection, or we will be ones who punish it with a severe punishment. That has been inscribed in the book. And nothing prevented us from sending the signs, but that the ancient ones denied them. And we gave to Thamud the she-camel, that which was in full view, but they did wrong to her, and we send not the signs but as a deterrence. And mention when we said to thee, Truly thy Lord comprehended humanity. And we made not the dream that we caused thee to see, but as a test for humanity, and the tree, one that was cursed in the Quran. And we frightened them, but it only increases them in great defiance. And mention when we said to the angels, Prostrate to Adam. So they prostrated themselves, but Iblis. He said, Will I prostrate to one whom thou hast created from clay? He said, Hast thou thyself considered this, whom thou hast held in esteem above me? If thou wert to postpone for me to the day of resurrection, I will certainly bring under full control his offspring but a few. He said, Go off with you, and whoever heeds thee of them, then truly hell will be your recompense, an ample recompense. And hound whom thou art able to of them with thy voice, and rally against them with thy horses and thy foot soldiers, and share with them in their wealth and children, and promise them. And Satan promises them nothing but delusion. Truly my servants, over them there is no authority for thee. And thy Lord has sufficed as a trustee. Your Lord is he who propels for you the boats on the sea, so that you may look for his grace. Truly he has been compassionate towards you. And when harm afflicts you upon the sea, those that you call to besides him go astray. But when he delivers you to dry land, you turn aside, and the human being has been ungrateful. Are you feeling safe that he will not cause the shoreland to swallow you up, or send a sandstorm against you? After that, you will find that you have no trustee. Or are you feeling safe that he will not cause you to return to it a second time, and send against you a hurricane of wind, and drown you because you were ungrateful. After that, you will not find for yourselves against us in it an advocator. And certainly we held the children of Adam in esteem, and we carried them on dry land and on the sea, and have provided them with what is good, and we have preferred them over many of those whom we created with excellence. On a day when we will call to every clan with their leader, then whoever is given his book in his right hand, those will recite their book, and wrong will not be done to them, even a speck. And whoever has been unwilling to see here will be unseeing in the world to come, and one who goes astray from the way. And truly they were about to persecute thee for what we have revealed to thee, so that thou wouldst devise against us other than it, and then they would have taken thee to themselves as a friend. And if we had not made thee firm, certainly wast about to incline to them a little sum, and then we would have caused thee to experience a double of this life, and a double after dying. After that thou wouldst have found for thyself no helper against us. They were about to hound thee from the region, that they might drive thee out of it. Then they would not have lingered in expectation behind thee but for a little while. This was a custom with whomever we sent before thee of our messengers, and thou shalt not find in our custom any change. Perform the formal prayer from the sinking sun until the darkening of the night, and the recital at dawn. Truly, the dawn recital has been one that is witnessed. And keep vigil with it in the night for an unexpected gift for thee. Perhaps thy Lord will raise thee up to a station of one who was praised, and say, My Lord, cause me to enter a gate in sincerity, and bring me out as one who is brought out in sincerity, and assign me from that which proceeds from thy presence a helping authority. And say, The truth drew near, and falsehood vanished away. Truly falsehood has been made to vanish away. We send down in the Quran what is a healing and a mercy for the ones who believe, and it increases not the ones who are unjust, but in loss. And when we were gracious to the human being, he turned aside and withdrew aside. And when worse afflicted him, he became hopeless. Say, each does according to his same manner, and thy Lord is greater in knowledge of him who is better guided on the way. And they will ask thee about the Spirit. Say, the Spirit is of the command of my Lord, and you were not given knowledge but a little. And had we willed, we would certainly take away what we have revealed to thee. After that, thou wouldst not find for thee any trustee in that against us, but a mercy from thy Lord. Truly, his grace has been great upon thee. Say, if humankind were gathered together and jinn to bring the like of this Quran, they would not approach the like of it, even if some of them were to be sustainers of some others. And certainly we have diversified for humanity in this, the Quran, every kind of parable, but most of humanity refused all but disbelief. And they would say, We will never believe in thee until thou hast a fountain gush out of the earth for us. Or, is there a garden for thee of date palms and grapevines, and thou causest rivers to gush forth in its midst with a gushing forth? Or, causest thou heaven to drop on us in pieces, as thou hast claimed? Or, bringest thou God and the angels as a warranty? Or, is there a house of ornament for thee, or ascendest thou up into heaven? And we will not believe in thy ascension until thou sendest down for us a book that we would recite. Say, Glory be to my Lord, Am I but a mortal messenger? And nothing prevented humanity from believing when the guidance drew near to them, but that they said, Has God raised up a mortal as a messenger? Say, if there had been angels on earth walking around, ones who are at peace, then we would certainly have sent down for them from heaven an angel as a messenger. Say, God has sufficed as a witness between me and between you. Truly, he has been of his servants aware, seeing, and he whom God guides is one who is truly guided, and whomever he causes to go astray, you will never find for them protectors other than him. And we will assemble them on the day of resurrection on their faces, unseeing and unspeaking and unhearing. Their place of shelter will be hell. Whenever it declines, we will increase the blaze for them. That is their recompense, because they were ungrateful for our signs, and they said, When we had been bones and broken bits, will we be ones who are raised up in a new creation? Have they not considered that God who created the heavens and the earth is one who has the power to create the like of them? And he has assigned a term for them, whereof there is no doubt in it, but the ones who are unjust refused all but disbelief. Say, if you possessed the treasures of the mercy of my Lord, then you would hold back for dread of spending, and the human being has been ever stingy. And certainly we have given Moses 9 signs, clear portents. Then ask the children of Israel when he drew near to them. Then Pharaoh said to him, Truly, O Moses, I think that thou art one who is bewitched. He said, Certainly thou knewest no one has sent forth these but the Lord of the heavens and the earth, as clear evidence. And truly, O Pharaoh, I think that thou be one who is damned. So he wanted to hound them in the region, but we drowned him and those who were with him all together. And we said to the children of Israel after him, Inhabit the region. So when drew near the promise of the world to come, we will bring you about a mixed group. And we sent it forth with the truth, and it came down with the truth. And we sent it not to thee, but as one who gives good tidings, and as a warner. And it is a recitation. We have separated it in order that thou mayest recite it to humanity at intervals. And we have sent it down, ascending successively down. Say, believe in it, or believe not. Truly, those who were given knowledge before it, when it is recounted to them, they fall down on their visage, ones who prostrate, and they say, Glory be to our Lord. Truly, the promise of our Lord has been that which is accomplished. And they fall down on their visages weeping, and it increases them in humility. Say, call to God, or call to the merciful, by whatever you call him, to him are the fairest names. And thou be not loud in thy formal prayer, nor speak in a low tone, and look for a way between. And say, the praise belongs to God, who has not taken a son to himself, and there are not any ascribed associates with him in the dominion, nor is there for him need for a protector out of a sense of humility, and magnify him a magnification. Chapter 18. The Cave. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. The praise belongs to God, who has sent forth to his servant the book, and has not made for it any crookedness. He made it a truth-loving book, to warn of severe violence from that which proceeds from his presence, and to give good tidings to the ones who believe, those ones who have acted in accord with morality, that they will have a fair compensation, ones who will abide in it eternally, and to warn those who said, God has taken to himself a son. They have no knowledge about it, nor had their fathers. Troublesome is a word that goes forth from their mouths. And they say nothing but a lie, so that perhaps thou wouldst be one who consumes thyself with grief for their sake, if they believe not in this discourse out of bitterness. Truly we have assigned whatever is in and on the earth as adornment for it, so that we may try them with it, as to which of them are fairest in actions. And truly we are ones who make whatever is on it barren dust, dry earth. Hast thou assumed that the companions of the cave and the bearers of inscription had been a wonder among our signs? Mention when the male youths took shelter in the cave, then they said, Our Lord, give us mercy from thy presence, and furnish us right-mindedness in our affair. So we sealed their ears in the cave for a number of years. After that we raised them up, so that we might know which of the two confederates was better in calculating the space of time they had lingered in expectation. We relate this tiding to thee with the truth. Truly, they were male youths who believed in their Lord, and we increased them in guidance, and we invigorated their hearts when they stood up and said, Our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. We will never call to any god other than he. Certainly we would have said an outrageous thing. These, our folk, have taken to themselves gods other than he, even though they bring not to them a clear portent of authority. And who does greater wrong than one who devises a lie against God? And when you have withdrawn from them and from what they worship but God, then take shelter in the cave. Your Lord will unfold for you from his mercy, and will furnish you with a gentle issue in your affair. Thou mightest have seen the sun when it came up. It inclines from their cave towards the right, and when it began to set, it passed them towards the left, while they were in one of its fissures. That is of the signs of God. He whom God guides, he is one who is truly guided, and he whom he causes to go astray, thou shalt never find for him a protector or one who will show him the way. Thou wouldst have assumed them to be awake, while they are ones who are sleeping, and we turn them around and around towards the right and towards the left, and their dog, once stretching out its paws at the threshold. And if thou wert to peruse them, thou wouldst certainly have turned from them, fleeing, and wouldst certainly be filled with the alarm of them. And thus it was said that we raised them up, that they might demand of one another. Said a speaker among them, How long have you lingered in expectation? They said, We lingered in expectation a day, or a part of a day. They said, Your Lord is greater in knowledge of how long you have lingered in expectation. So raise up one of you, and with this, your money, send him to the city, and let him look on which is the purest food, and let him bring you provision from there. And let him be courteous, and apprise not anyone. Truly, if you become manifest to them, they will stone you, or they will cause you to return to their creed, and you will not ever prosper. And thus we made their case known, that they might know that the promise of God is true, and that, as for the hour, there is no doubt about it. Mention when they contended with one another about their affair. They said, Build over them a structure. Their Lord is greater in knowledge about them. Those who prevailed over their affair said, We certainly will take to ourselves over them a place of prostration. They will say, There were 3, the 4th of them being their dog. And they will say, There were 5, the 6th of them being their dog, guessing at the unseen. And they will say, They were 7, the 8th of them being their dog. Say, My Lord is greater in knowledge of their amount. No one knows them but a few. So altercate not about them, but with a manifest augmentation, and ask not for advice about them of any one of them. And surely he will not say about something, "Truly, I will be one who does that tomorrow," but that you add, "if God wills," and remember thy Lord when thou hast forgotten, and say, "Perhaps my Lord will guide me nearer to right-mindedness than this." And they lingered in expectation in their cave 300 years, and they added 9. Say, God is greater in knowledge of how long they lingered in expectation, and to him belongs the unseen of the heavens and the earth. How well he perceives, and how well he hears. Other than him they have no protector, and he partners not in his determination at all. And recount what was revealed to thee from the book of thy Lord. There is no one who changes his words. And thou shalt never find other than him that which is a haven. And have patience thyself with those who call to their Lord after the morning formal prayer, and in the evening, wanting his countenance. And let not thy eyes pass over them, wanting the adornment of this present life, and obey him not, whose heart we have made neglectful of our remembrance, and who follows his own desires, and whose affair has been excess, and say, "The truth is from your Lord." Then let whoever has willed believe, and let whoever has willed disbelieve. Truly, we have made ready a fire for the ones who are unjust. They will be enclosed by its large tent. And if they ask for rain, they will be helped with rain, water like molten copper that will scald their faces. How miserable is the drink, and how evil a place of repose. Truly, those who have believed, and the ones who have acted in accord with morality, truly, we will not waste the compensation of him who does good. Those, for them, are gardens of Eden, beneath which rivers run. They will be adorned in them with bracelets of gold, and they will wear green garments of fine silk and brocade. They will be ones who are reclining in it on raised benches. Excellent is the reward for good deeds, and how excellent a place of rest. And propound to them the parable of 2 men. We had assigned to one of them 2 gardens of grapevines, and we had encircled them with date palm trees, and we made crops between them. Both the gardens gave their produce, and failed nothing in the least. We caused a river to gush forth in the midst of them, and there had been fruit for him. Then he said to his companion while he was conversing with him, "I have more wealth than thee, and am mightier with respect to a group of men or jinn." And he entered his garden while he was one who was unjust to himself. He said, "I think that this will not be destroyed ever, and I think that the hour will not be one that looms near. And if I were to be returned to my Lord, I would surely find better than this as an overturning." And his companion said to him while he was conversing with him, "Are you ungrateful to him who created thee out of earth dust, after that out of seminal fluid, and after that shaped thee into a man? Certainly he is God, my Lord, and I will not ascribe partners of any one with my Lord. Would that when thou hast entered thy garden, thou hast said what God willed. There is no strength but with God. If you see I am less than you in wealth and children, then perhaps my Lord will give me better than thy garden, and will send on it a thunderclap from heaven, and it will come to be in the morning a place of slippery earth. Or it will come to be in the morning that its water will be sinking into the ground, so that thou shalt never be able to seek it out. And its fruit was enclosed, and it came to be in the morning he began turning around the palms of his hands in wretchedness for what he had spent on it, while it had fallen down in ruins. And he was saying, "Would that I had not ascribed anyone partners with my Lord." And there was no faction to help him other than God, and he had been one who was helpless. All protection there belongs to God, the truth. He is best in rewarding for good deeds, and best in consequence. And propound for them the parable of this present life. It is like water that we send forth from heaven, and plants of the earth mingle with it, and it becomes straw in the morning that winnows in the winds, and God has been over everything, one who is omnipotent. Wealth and children are the adornment of this present life, but that which endures are ones who act in accord with morality. These are better with thy Lord in reward for good deeds, and better for hopefulness. And on a day we will set in motion the mountains, and thou shalt see the earth as that which has departed. And we will assemble them, and not leave out any one of them. And they are to be presented before thy Lord, ranged in rows. Certainly you have drawn near to us as we created you the first time. Nay, you claimed that we had never assigned for you a promise, and the book is to be set in place, and thou wilt see the ones who sin being ones who are apprehensive as to what is in it. And they will say, Woe to us! What is this book? It neither leaves out anything small or great, but has counted everything. They will find present what their hands had done, and thy Lord does not wrong anyone. And mention when we said to the angels, Prostrate to Adam. So they prostrated but Iblis. He had been among the jinn, and he disobeyed the command of his Lord. Will you then take him to yourselves and his offspring to be protectors other than me, while they are an enemy to you? Miserable it is to give in place of him ones who are unjust. I called them not to witness the creation of the heavens and the earth, nor to their own creation of themselves, nor was I to take to myself the ones who are led astray as assistants. And on a day when he will say, Call to my ascribed associates, those who you claimed, then they will cry out to them, but they will not respond to them, and we will make a gulf of doom between them. And you will see the ones who sin in the fire, who think that they are ones who are about to fall in it, and they will not find a way to escape from it. And certainly we have diversified in this, the Quran, every kind of example for humanity, and the human being has been more than anything argumentative. Nothing prevented humanity from believing when the guidance drew near to them, or from asking forgiveness of their Lord, but that approaches them customs of the ancient ones, or approaches upon them the punishment face to face. We send not the ones who are sent, but as ones who give good tidings, and as ones who warn. And those who are ungrateful dispute with falsehood in order to refute the truth by it, and they take my signs to themselves and what they were warned of in mockery. And who does greater wrong than he who was reminded of the signs of his Lord, turns aside from them, and forgets what his hands have put forward? Truly, we have laid sheaths over their hearts, so that they should not understand it, and heaviness in their ears. And if thou callest them to the guidance, yet they will not be truly guided ever. And thy Lord is forgiving, possessor of mercy. If he takes them to task for what they have earned, he will have quickened the punishment for them. But for them is what has been promised, which they will never find a way to elude it. And those towns, we caused them to perish when they did wrong, and we assigned for their destruction what was promised. And mention when Moses said to his male youth, I will not quit until I reach the place of the meeting of the two seas, even if I will go on for many years. But when they reached the place of the meeting between them, then they both forgot their fish, and it took to itself a way through the sea, burrowing. Then, when they had crossed, he said to his male youth, Give us our breakfast. Certainly we have met fatigue from our journey. He said, Hast thou thyself considered? When we took shelter at the rock, truly I forgot the fish, and none but Satan caused me to forget to remember it, and it took its way into the sea in a wondrous way. He said, That is what we have been looking for. So they went back, following their footsteps. Then they found a servant of our servants, to whom we had given mercy from us, and we had taught him knowledge, which proceeds from our presence. Moses said to him, May I follow thee, so that thou be teaching me something of what thou hast been taught of right judgment? He said, Truly thou shalt never be able to have patience with me. And how shalt thou endure a thing patiently when thou hast not comprehended any awareness of it? Moses said, Thou shalt find me, if God has willed, one who remains steadfast, and I will not rebel against thy command. He said, Then if thou followest me, ask me not about anything, until I cause to evoke in thee a remembrance of it. So they both set out until when they embarked in a vessel, he made a hole in it. Moses said, Hast thou made a hole in it in order to drown the people? Certainly thou hast brought about a dreadful thing. He said, Did I not say that thou wouldst not be able to have patience with me? Moses said, Take me not to task for what I forgot, and constrain me not with hardship for my affair. Then they both set out until they met a boy. Then he killed him. Moses said, Hast thou killed a pure soul without his having slain a soul? Certainly thou hast brought about a horrible thing.